Regulators. All right, it's been a while since I made a video. Took about a week to write notes for what I'm about to talk about now. I got all these, these, and these. I've never written so many notes for any video before. Any series. It's gonna be a lot of videos. So I'm gonna be talking about one of my favorite movies, a couple of them, because one's a sequel to the other. So starting with the first one, here we go. Young Guns. All right. Oh. Okay. Now I'm ready. I had to get a little organized. Pen. I need a pen. Okay, Young Guns. I got a gorilla buddy with me. I remember when I got this. I got this a long time ago, back in the 90s. I remember I was trying to decide between getting a remote control car or this guy, and I was thinking, what will last longer? And I decided that an electronic thing, like a remote control car, wouldn't last as long as this. And I was right. I've had this for a very long time. Anyway, okay, so Young Guns. I remember a long time ago, first time I saw Young Guns, it was probably 1988 or 1989, maybe 1990, but I think it was the very late 80s. Uh, one of my uncles, got quite a few uncles and aunts, but one of my uncles uh, had borrowed. This was back before DVDs, at least before they were widely used. I don't remember when DVDs were actually invented, but this was back when there were just VHS tapes. So my uncle had borrowed a big box of his VHS tapes. He had a bunch of VHS tapes that he was nice and decided to borrow to my family. And one of the movies in this big box of VHS tapes was Young Guns. I don't remember any of the other movies that he borrowed. I just remember Young Guns. So that was the first time I saw it. Uh, and I really liked it. It was very exciting. I loved it. Yeah, I don't remember how long we were borrowing this big box of VHS tapes, but I remember I watched it quite a few times. Uh, so because of Emilio Estevez, I became obsessed with Billy the Kid, who he played in the movie. I remember I got a book um, about Billy the Kid. Uh, so this must have been maybe 1989 then, I think, because I'm thinking that I got this book. Um, I guess it could have been 1988. I just remember like so maybe I just was upset. I was still obsessed a year later, but in fifth grade, which I think was 1989 to 1990, that school year. In fifth grade, I got a book from the school library about Billy the Kid. I'm thinking it was the official one, the by Pat Garrett, called "The Authentic Life of Billy the Kid." It's funny that that would be in an elementary school library, but that's where I got it. I didn't go to a bookstore. I didn't buy it or anything. I got it from the school library when I was in fifth grade. So I remember, yeah, I think it was that one. It was The Authentic Life of Billy the Kid by Pat Garrett. And I noticed, I'm not sure how much of it I actually read because I didn't really like reading that much during that time in my life when I was young. I might have read some of it. I don't remember how it. I don't think it was a very big book. Well, I know it wasn't a very big book, but I don't remember how much of it I actually read. But I remember looking at. I noticed after seeing there was a photo of the real Billy the Kid in there. As far as I know, there's only one photo of the real Billy the Kid. Uh, I noticed he didn't really look like Emilio Estevez, so I thought that was strange. So like, why did they get Emilio Estevez to play Billy the Kid if he didn't look like Billy the Kid? And I actually heard later that Sean Penn was offered the role of Billy the Kid. I think it might have been in an interview with Lou Diamond Phillips. Yeah, I think he said that Sean Penn was offered the role to play Billy the Kid in Young Guns, but I think he said that he couldn't play Billy the Kid because that was when he punched a photographer. Anyway, so much later, uh, a few years ago, at least 4 years ago, no, yeah, over 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, someone made an observation um, that a certain actor resembled Billy the Kid. I think we were watching a documentary about Billy the Kid, and this person said, "Hey, Billy the Kid actually looks like this actor." And I gotta agree, they made a good point. They did have similar facial features that resembled Billy the Kid, and this actor is Jackie Earle Haley. Jackie Earle Haley. He was in he was in a bunch of movies. He was in uh, he was a child actor. He was in the original Bad News Bears movie. Uh, so he was acting for a long time. But he was in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake in 2010. He played Freddy. So he's a real good actor. Pretty sure that's also the guy that was in The Watchmen. I think that might have been the first time I ever saw him. Uh, Played Rorschach. So he's a really good actor. He's got an interesting face. But yeah, I think he resembles Billy the Kid. So if Billy the Kid had grown to adulthood, I think he would look a lot like Jackie Earle Haley. All right. So westerns. I was thinking, is Young Guns and the sequel? I think I was trying to decide, is that my favorite western? My favorite couple of westerns. So I was going through some other westerns that I like. Tombstone came to mind. That was a really good movie. I like that one a lot. The Unforgiven. That was good. And then I remembered The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I love that movie. Big reason why I like that movie is the music. I really like the music in that movie, but overall, I like the story and the acting too. It's very good. So I think The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly might be my favorite, or it's at least tied with Young Guns 1 and 2. So it's hard to decide. I think I like them equally, but I know for sure that I saw Young Guns 1 and 2 before The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Very different. Hmm. True Grit was also a good western. I have I have a Sam Peckinpah collection of westerns. So there's some good movies here. It's four movies. Um, The Ballad of Cable Hogue, Ride the High Country, The Wild Bunch. Now here's one which is relevant to this video. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. And this movie, so James Coburn is in this, and he plays Pat Garrett, and he was also in Young Guns too, and he played John Chisholm. But Chris Christopherson plays Billy the Kid. So it's a very different movie from pretty much tells the story of Young Guns and 2, but it tells it in a very different way. So it's very different. Uh, Bob Dylan's in it. Uh, One thing I definitely don't like about this one is in the beginning there's a scene where some chickens are buried in the ground up to their necks, so their heads, these chickens' heads are sticking out. I guess they were like roosters. Um, and the guys in the movie, I think it was Billy the Kid and his gang, they were shooting the heads off the chickens. And I'm pretty sure they didn't fake this. These are actual, real, live chickens that they were shooting their heads off. I think they even uh, do it in like slow motion, and you can see their neck bones hanging out. So very disgusting and disturbing and upsetting, in my opinion. Very unnecessary. But the gang was just having a good time laughing about it. So it's Sam Peckinpah. Those are some. Otherwise, these are pretty decent movies. Sam Peckinpah movies. Oh, here's the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's actually a collection. It's got a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So that's that spaghetti western trilogy. And then there's also Hang 'em High on here. So it's a Clint Eastwood collection. And then also I have this. I have this. It's 20 Wild Westerns, Marshals, and Gunmen. It's a lot of John Wayne, old John Wayne movies. There's also Dennis Hopper, James Caan, Alan Ladd, Chuck Connors, Jack Palance, who was in Young Guns, and many more. So a lot of old. Oh yeah, Lee Van Cleef in the center there. A lot of old Western collection there. Okay, so that was my little discussion about westerns. Okay, this video is long enough. I better stop it.